All right, welcome back to the next iteration of Great Battle League. I did pretty well today. I think I won 4 out of 5. I just want to walk you through the sets and kind of my mentality and how these battles went. Let's check it out. All right, so I start out with a Swampert against Altaria. This is terrible for me. I have to swap out of this because I have no way that I can do damage to him. So I'm going to go ahead and swap instantly into my Stunfisk. So at this point, he swaps into his Scrafty. So that's a direct counter to my Stunfisk. At this point, all I have as an option to do is just to be throwing Earthquakes. The Scrafty, all that he has to do is just throw power-up punches and counters. So a bit of a tough spot for me here. I have to just take whatever he throws at me. I'm going to lose this matchup and just hope that I get through with a single Earthquake to at least get him down to half health. Not an ideal start for me, but whenever you lose, the lead, you have to hope for the best. And unfortunately, my quote safe swap with my Stunfisk, and he was not as safe as I'd like to be with a Scrafty coming in on me. It's going to be another power-up punch that comes through here. I'm not going to have time to get to anything else but a Rock Slide. So I'm going to just take this power-up punch and hopefully just get off a Rock Slide for some additional chip damage on him. I can't get to another Earthquake in time. So I go ahead and just throw the Rock Slide. He won't block this. He knows that I can't get to another Earthquake. And I'm going to have to go down to this Scrafty here. Come back up my Tropius. So that's my third Pokemon. Tropius, Swampert, and my Galarian Stunfisk here. I do fast move down his Scrafty, which puts me in a positive spot. This is really my only counter that I have to his Altaria. I mean, he comes in with a Registeel, which is a direct counter to my Tropius. Unfortunately for me, I have no way to win this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quit. So that's just a matchup where he had two counters to my team, and the counters I had to his team just weren't aligned properly. I just could not win that, so I had to go ahead and just quit. That's a tough start, but it's a fast match. So I go down 0-0 games to 1, and see how the next one starts. A Skarmory. So this is going to be kind of a neutral lead for me. I can win this if I get off enough of my charge attacks. It'll take 3 Hydro Cannons, possibly 2. I haven't really counted it in a while enough, or in enough time to know here. So he'll probably let the first one go through. This will tell me a lot about what he's thinking. Okay, so he's probably going to either swap out of this, or he's going to try to just see if I'll give up both of my shields and for him to be able to win switch here. I can't let this go through here. It'll probably leave me with 15 to 20 20% of my health left. So to go ahead and just keep on charging up, I'm going to go for a Hydro Cannon, and he swaps into Vigoroth. This is good for me. So he'll probably just tank this attack as it was a safe swap, which will allow me to swap into Tropius, which resists the counters that Vigoroth throws. Can you swap into my Tropius? And at this point, he'll be spamming Body Slam at me, which will do a lot of damage, but allow me to just keep on charging up my Leaf Blades. So we'll see how this ends up working out. But I'm in a pretty good spot here. I don't want my Swampert to see Vigoroth. I definitely don't want my Stunfisk to see him either. So this works out pretty well. I'm going to have to probably take, I'm going to have to take one more Body Slam here, but I can do that. This is a tanky Pokemon in Tropius. I've got almost 2 full Leaf Blades charged up. So let's see with what he comes in next. The Skarmory would be tough, but he might bring in something different. He brings in a Steel and Rock type. It's got to be Bastiodon. I wasn't able to see it, but it's got to be Bastiodon. So I can safely throw my Leaf Blades here. It does neutral damage. Bastiodon is an absolute tank, though. So he takes attacks like a total champ, and this is just going to be chip damage for me. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do enough damage to make him like uncomfortable or any kind of nervous, but it's enough to at least make me feel better about where I got his health at. I get to a 3rd Leaf Blade. That's huge. That puts him at under 50% health, and now he's at one shot range from Hydro Cannon or anything that my Stunfisk can possibly throw at him. So I'm going to come back in here with my Swampert. Just fast moves are just doing positive damage. Hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Something popped up and it turned off my screen. So let's go back at this again. So where I stood was I'm at a good matchup here. Swampert just crushes Bastiodon. My charge or my fast moves, my mud shots are doing solid damage because he's double weak to ground. So at this point, he's going to have to probably come back in with his Altaria as fast as possible. So let's see how he plays it out. So I do get to a Hydro Cannon, which he has to shield, or this will knock him out. So let's see what he decides to do. He swapped, so I missed it. He swapped really fast. That's a great catch, but unfortunately for him, Stunfisk does also beat his Skarmory here. The Skarmory has access to Brave Bird usually and Sky Attack, both of which will not do anything to me. So at this point, I can just charge up, and charge up. And then just at this point, the game's over. So he should probably just go ahead and quit. But he's going to play it out, it looks like. So I'll play it out with him. I'll be throwing some rock slides here. He can shield the first one if he wants. But I've got enough for an earthquake, which will take out the Bastiodon. Let's the first one go on through. And then I can take out the Bastiodon with no problem at all. He should probably just concede. He does concede. So good game. And that puts me 1-1. So a positive game for me there, and things just kind of worked out for me. That swap into Vigoroth was a tough one, but unfortunately for him, I had a pretty good counter with my Tropius. All right, so Scrafty against Swampert. This is a neutral matchup. It's one that I have to win with charge attacks because the Scrafty can just fast move me down with power-up punches and counter. So we'll see how he plays it out, but I gotta just throw Hydro Cannons as fast as possible. So I'm gonna start the Hydro Cannon spam here. And if he wants to stay in the battle, he's gonna have to at least get one of his shields to me. So he does give a shield here. So I'm going to opt in this case to keep both of my shields on my Swampert because I have a Tropius that can just come in after my Swampert goes down, and I could just fast move him down with Aerial Ace. So I do go down if I can get to the second Hydro Cannon. That's unfortunate, but it's okay because I have a really good matchup here. I don't really care what this Scrafty throws at me. The foul play will do decent neutral damage, but I can tank it with my tanky Tropius. So I'm just going to let it come on through. It is the foul play. It does okay damage, but I'm content to just fast move him down. Comes in with a Skarmory. So just like the last match, not a matchup that Skarmory can win against me. I can just safely charge up, take whatever he throws at me. This isn't even have to be a Brave Bird, I don't even think. Let's see what he throws. No, it's not. So that's gonna do next to nothing against me. So I can just keep on charging up and then just spam my own rock slides and probably have this game pretty well in hand. So we'll see how it plays out. But in this case, it's pretty tough for my opponent. He has no way for me or for him to get past this. If I was him, I would just attack, and just save my one shield for however else he wants to play this with his Scrafty and the back of this. So rock slide comes through. They'll probably just throw another sky attack at me. I'm content to let that go through. That's not a problem. I'll take it. That does next nothing to me. And they'll take probably 2 more rock slides. I'll probably overcharge here, try to get to an earthquake. I just get an extra overcharge on that just to kind of get my energy ready for the next move, just in case he swaps. So I throw the next rock slide here. He takes it, and I can actually fast move him down here. There's no reason for me to throw anything else. I'll take this. This is going to be another attack that I can just tank. So I'll let it come on through, save both my shields. At this point, my winning condition is Tropius, so I need to save both of my shields for him. Maybe you'll have a water type in the back, a rock type, anything that could be possibly weak to it. So here comes in the Scrafty. Earthquake I have charged up perfectly. So he's going to have to block this, which is good for me in both cases. He can let it go through is good for me, or he can block it, it's good for me. He blocks it. I come with my Tropius. I'm in really good shape. I can just fast move down, and he comes in with an Azumarill. So at this point, he has 0 shields, and I got 2 Leaf Blades. It's looking like it's going to be a GG. So let's see how this plays out. But it's going to take me probably 5 fast moves and 2 Leaf Blades. I can knock out his Azumarill before I can probably even get to a single Ice Beam, which I think would be a problem for me, but I do have both my shields. So even if he did get to 1, I can safely shield it. So looking to be pretty good for me here, and probably going to be a good game. So he does get to his first Ice Beam. Again, I can shield it. That's not a problem at all. And then even if the Scrafty has a foul play, I can also shield that as well. So I'll also be able to get charged up, ready to throw an Aerial Ace at him. And the opponent knows that, and he does concede. So good game, but unfortunately for him, I played it better. So I go up 2 games, or 2 out of my 3 games. So let's start the 4th game. Matt starts with a low Marowak. Huge lead win for me here. He's got to swap out of this. This is a huge loss for him. We'll see if he swaps out of it. And he stays in. He is running Hex instead of Fire Spin, so he's doing decent neutral damage to me. But at this point, I'm charging my attacks faster, and mine hit a lot harder than his. So I'm content for him to stay in here, and I can just win this straight up. I can't lose this if I use shields properly. He shields the first one, which means that I'm going to shield. So at this point, I'll safely shield, but will probably be a Shadow Bone, which would do good damage to me that I can't let it go on through. So it is a Shadow Bone. I shield it properly. At this point, we're still racing, and I'm going to win the race here. So I'm not sure what he's thinking. I'm going to keep on overcharging because I charge faster than him. So for basically every 3 hexes that he throws, I can throw 4 of my mud shots. So what that means is that by the time I get to a 3rd Hydro Cannon, he can't even get to a 3rd Shadow Bone. So if he shields this here, then it's going to be a problem for him. Let's see what he decides to do here. He needs to swap out. Oh, sorry, I had missed it talking. He already used his second shield, so I did get to that third Hydro Cannon before he was able to get to his third Shadow Bone, which leaves me in a wonderful spot. So at this point, I got a free Hydro Cannon of damage on this Scrafty. And at this point, I have to make a decision: do I want to stay in with my Swampert and then just let him go down, which I think I should. So I will. I'll let him just go on down, and my winning condition in this match will be a combination of Stunfisk and Tropius, and I'll hope he doesn't have double fighters in the back of this. So let's see how this plays out. I can go with my Tropius. My flying type attacks do a lot of damage. He can't handle it. So he'll probably throw a foul play at me. I'm totally fine with that. I can take it. Or I guess I decide to shield this one. Oh, because he power up punched. So that's why I shield this one. So this would actually have done a good chunk of damage with him having power up punched. So I do shield this one. I'm fully charged and he has no more shields. Let's see what his last Pokemon is. It is a Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen is a decent last Pokemon to have. It puts me in kind of hairy range. My attacks will do good neutral damage, but a couple of Leaf Blades will put him in a very awkward spot. He has to get to really 3 Poison Fangs to knock out my Tropius, and I've still got a full health Stunfisk, which is, although that's going to be weak to the Earth power that the Nidoqueen runs, I should be able to get to enough damage before he can get to his. So this one should be a good game as well. It would take probably a lag error on my side to lose this one, which doesn't happen often enough to even be worried about. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out of this and go ahead and just throw my mud shots here and then probably a rock slide, and my opponent concedes, knowing that the game is over. So a good game to him and a good game for me, and I go up 3 games out of 4 going into my 5th game. Can I get 4 out of 5? Let's find out. All right, it's been a pretty good set so far. This is my strongest team, I think, in Great League. I definitely like it. So Swampert in the lead against a Berserker. So this is kind of like that Marowak. He has access to foul play and close combat. The foul play would not one-shot me, but the close combat would make me pretty nervous. But on his side, he's a glass cannon, so he can't take anything that I throw. He's got to just shield. Knowing this, the way he plays this will give me kind of an idea of what I think he's going to do. So he did shield it. This is going to probably be a bait, but I can't let it be a close combat. So I do have to shield here, and it is a foul play bait. So I did get called by his bait, but that's okay. He swaps and goes into Golbat. Unfortunately for him, Stunfisk is a direct counter to Golbat. So at this point, I've won Switch, and I've got a huge matchup advantage on his Golbat. It's going to be tough for him to win this one. He's going to probably have to have in the back, you'll have to have a Nidoqueen to have any chance at winning this. The Golbat has access to Shadow Ball, which does neutral damage to me, but not enough for me to even worry about, even if I'm debuffed with Poison Fang. So I'm just going to keep my shield and just keep them my rock slides at him. At this point, it's just, there's no chance for him to be able to knock out my Stunfisk with anything he's got. So let's see here. If it's a Shadow Ball, I need to. All right, so let's pause here. So he threw a Shadow Ball. What that tells me is that he's energy dry. I had the option before that to throw a rock slide to prevent him from getting that Shadow Ball off, but because he did throw that, instead of just knocking him out right now like I can, I need to just charge up lots of energy, because at this point he can't do anything to me. So I need to use this time to charge up energy, and that's what I'm going to do here. Just charge up, and then on the 4th one, he would get to a Poison Fang. So I want to keep that from hitting me and lowering my defense bar. So I go ahead and throw the rock slide, which will go ahead and finish him off. And at this point, I could swap after I throw another rock slide. So he has a Ninetales. So this game's over. There's no way that he can win this. He has to shield this, and if he doesn't, I've got the Hydro Cannon on my Swampert for him. So at this point, it's a major problem for him. He's able to finish off my weakened Stunfisk, but now I've got a Swampert. And although that's a very good catch there, he instantly sack swapped his Pokemon to catch this Hydro Cannon. But unfortunately for him, it's going to one-shot. And I'm going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon before he gets to anything that can knock me out. So this is a good game, very well played. But again, I just kind of had a good Pokemon that countered his. So a nice win for me, and that puts me up that put me at 4 games out of 5 and a very positive set. Got a long way to go to get out of the hole I dug, but that's a good way for me to start. I'll let you see what I end up getting here as my Pokemon prize. Maybe a legendary. We'll see. It is another legendary. So I've had some really good luck this Battle League season with legendaries, and it continues today. So let's see if I catch it on the first throw this time. Last time I definitely failed with catching it. So let's see if I do better with you watching. So there's the attack. Here's the throw. Let's see if I get it on the first try. 2. I do get it on the first try. So thanks for watching. Hope it was fun. Take care.